It's Monday, December 29th. I'm broadcast reporter Jessica Greif. We are in downtown LA. I'm with Oregon beat writer Andrew Greif, and we just had Oregon Media Day. So Saturday we had Disneyland, Sunday we had some press conferences, and also the Laurie's Beef Bowl. What is Oregon Media Day? How does it differ from a press conference we've seen already this weekend?
Well, the press conferences, they've been structured so that it's the Oregon defense and the Florida State offense and vice versa, and you get a select few players from those. Today's experience was the whole team was available. Everybody showed up with the exception of Koa Kai, an Oregon tight end, and Braylon Addison, wide receiver, who were said to be ill today. They didn't show up, but everybody's available, coaches, players, and they put them all in a conference room. He added in about 200 media members, about 100 football players, and it's kind of the circus that ensues on Media Day like this.
So how do you take on this kind of circus of Media Day as a reporter?
You have to know what you're going in and writing about. Hopefully some stuff comes out that's different. You just kind of, when you're asking around, something might pique your interest. Mark Helfrich, Oregon's head coach, and Jimbo Fisher, Florida State's head coach, had some interesting comments today that kind of just, you heard it over the loudspeaker and you kind of wondered, maybe that's something to write about. But other than that, if you don't go in without a plan, it's really hard because there's so many people to talk with.
So what can we expect from you today? What will you be writing about?
Something I've been interested in, now that Farrell Brown has been out for about 4 weeks, 4 games I should say, for Oregon, the tight ends have been an area that people have a lot of interest in. And one of those tight ends in particular is Johnny Munt, who's a sophomore, and as a freshman in only his 3rd game, had a huge breakout performance. And a lot of people, I think, are judging him on that standard. And I think it's a little high of a standard. And he spoke today about how he feels his season is gone and how maybe it differs from other people's perceptions.
Now let's bring in Oregon beat reporter Tyson Alger. Tyson, same question for you. You had 30 minutes to go in there today and talk to everybody. Do you try to talk to a bunch of people, or do you pick and choose, I'm going to go in and talk to this person?
You know, with so many people in there, with players and media, there was well over 100 people in that room today, and we actually thought we had more time than we did. So we kind of had the plan. We planned out last night, these are the stories we want to hit. So it's more, I think a lot of us have the mentality of go in there and get the best story you can get. I know Andrew went in and talked to Johnny Munt for a while. I went in with the goal of talking to Thomas Tyner, Aloha running back. He's a sophomore. And I'm just interested in his story of, he had such high expectations coming into this year. He's been banged up and injured, and now he's coming back for the Rose Bowl. So that's something I'm going to be writing on later today. And it was definitely, you had to manage your time well during this thing because there were so many people trying to get everybody. It was kind of chaotic. So it was kind of fun, but just a mess to be a part of.
Sure. We'll look forward to those articles today. What can we expect kind of going forward up until the Rose Bowl?
Oregon's going to keep practicing. They're practicing over at the StubHub Center. The media actually got to go watch practice yesterday, which was the first time all season that's happened. So you got to see guys like Braylon Addison out there in a red non-contact injury. He's been injured all season. And, they didn't put on much of a show for the media. They shooed them out after 15 minutes, but they'll be able to go do that again. Tomorrow, the offensive players are going to come back in, so you'll have about 5 players come and talk for a little bit longer in a less chaotic setting than today's big media event. And then it's just a couple more days till the big game.
All right. And I got a chance yesterday to go down to the Rose Bowl Stadium. We weren't allowed inside, but I found that there's a lot going on outside the stadium that you can check out leading up until the Rose Bowl. Take a look.
Rich tradition, yeah.
There are no college football teams inside yet, but the outside of the stadium is already attracting spectators.
It doesn't lose its thrill, even if you've been here before. It's exciting, and look at this beautiful day, too.
Many people just stop by to snap a photo and take in the bowl's beauty before the big day.
Never been to the Rose Bowl. Wow, beautiful place, great setting, and just excited about coming back New Year's Day.
While no one is allowed inside the stadium yet, people can get an inside look at a different Rose Bowl tradition.
This year's parade theme is inspiring stories, so all of the floats somehow relate to that.
Inside a large white tent across the street, Rose Parade Creations are getting their finishing touches for the 126th year. And it's quite the operation.
If you haven't seen them up close, they are on massive armatures of welded steel. It's all been hand welded, so her mouth right here was hand bent into her smile.
Most floats take a year to build. Some release balloons, others fireworks. Then 400 volunteers cover the thousands of pounds of steel with hundreds of thousands of fresh flowers.
The problem with floats is you can think, hey, I would like that blue, but if it doesn't grow, you can't have it. So you have to constantly source your color exactly in grown materials, and that grown material has to be available in January.
Designers might be limited in color, but not by geography.
We try as much as possible to buy things that are local, but the tropicals will come from Hawaii. All of our orchids will come from Thailand, Indonesia. The roses will come from Ecuador. We get deliveries in from around the world.
There are many moving parts that go unseen, but all contribute to what makes the Rose Bowl experience such a special ritual. And that Rose Parade is in its 126th edition. It is the morning 8 a.m. of New Year's Day, and there will be hundreds of thousands of spectators there watching. Reporting from downtown Los Angeles, I'm Jessica Greif with the Oregonian and Oregon Live.